I shall try my best to flame educationally, if that's the case. But yeah, well, we'll see. Sometimes Baoband games just kind of end up being Baoband games. But I'll tell you what my experience is on defense and see if I can help you get out of the pickle a little bit more. It's weird having no volume, but Ruby's music is so loud in these videos. Well, will I get DMC? Ah, I hate everything. Actually, okay. You already told me what the team was, but I'm just gonna take a look. Pilla, Bomber, Butchers. Hello. I can't do this without audio. It's uncanny. So we did get the first hit. Also, how is this uploaded at 1080p and it's okay? Any brand new? Okay, yeah. Learning characters is learning characters. So I'll try not to harp on random drops and such as much. How did we actually get the hit round start though? Show medium kick. A little bit of spaghetti. This is gonna whiff. Yep. Okay. A little bit of combo unfamiliarity. And Dizzy was being a little bit inefficient. And then not recognizing you needed to delay Spiral there. Because that can still salvage the situation. Got it? What? Does this not? There we go. Do I have to have my mouse? Why is it not letting me go frame by frame? I hate everything. So for DP, I also don't know why the quality is actually this bad. There, okay, that should help. It said it was auto that, but I think it was not actually staying HD. This should help. Low, what? Or did you just roll back into you actually getting hit? Okay, you were pressing. Down backing. Yeah. Actually, that is something to talk about. When Bella does this mix, uh, depending on the timing, she can only go cross up or same side. So this is kind of just something you start learning to recognize. But like, there's no way in the world that could have been same side at that point in time. So it's just getting hit by that mix enough to know, okay, it won't hit same side anymore. Was that a counter hit on incoming? Just not blocking. Weird. Okay. Got push block, but the butt whiffed. Okay. A little tentative neutral. But let's see how this goes. You... I would be very surprised if you couldn't stand heavy punch here and get a conversion. Because it reaches really far. So, when Bayo does... I went a little too far. When Bayo does that blitzer in your face, I know you're afraid of getting hit, but even if it hits you, he's minus afterwards, so you can be pressing. Uh, I think at best it's -2, but it can end up being worse depending on how high he was when he did it. So it will always be your turn versus him after he just blitzes in your face. The annoying thing is you have to block the cross-up stuff, which is an entirely different story. Oh, I went back a little too far again. Okay, I'm not used to... Okay. Very brave jab. Well, then gets caught by a wolf shoot. Happens. Nice. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Drops happen. Learning. Getting mixed. And she's dead. Double blocking on incoming. Getting caught by that again. Ruby likes using it a lot, so you kind of need to be looking out for it. I'm saying that not like it's gonna... Not like it's super easy to. It still catches me. I always end up trying to pillar it a couple seconds too late, and I just go... Just like shake my head. Preemptive push block caught us off. Good blocks. So this it's kind of unfortunate because you had the right idea. The one issue is because of exactly when you push blocked here, you timed it just so that this H toss would actually keep the Beowulf in. This is just something to think about. If you can't push block it very quickly, if you know he's gonna chair afterwards, which Ruby does often, you can wait till you push block out the chair, and then Bayo can't do anything after the chair because it's a special, so he's actually out. Now you're just kind of stuck here looking silly a little bit. Good tech. We are really afraid of the arm. Bayo cutscenes. No push block. Could not fight her way out of the corner. So, it's death. Good tech. Hit by hop dash. Yeah. Although, okay, sorry, I'm just a couple different thoughts going through my head. Tech. It's scary, yeah. I would make the argument I'd probably try and press jab here or something, but it just depends on how much risk you actually end up wanting to take. Patience isn't necessarily a bad thing either. In this case, you just guessed wrong. Oh, okay. Now that I say you guessed wrong, Fun fact: from this distance, Bayo can't hit you with a low, so you should. If you want to start thinking about how you're blocking a little bit more, Bayo can only hit you hop dash from there. I don't think lows reach. Yeah, from this far. If he hits you with sweep, he's not getting a combo afterwards, and you're teching out of the corner and actually getting space to breathe. So here's a place where defaulting to blocking high is a pretty good thing to start thinking about. Yeah, and I'm not gonna sit here and say you need to be able to think about and give a reason for every single thing you do on defense. But if you're looking to improve your defense, the first step to that is try and actively work to recognize more situations, because ideally you just keep on adding things to your reflexes that then become second nature. That's how I try and work on building up my defense a lot. And Beowulf is definitely a character that you just go, oh crap, I got hit, and then you're just like heavy breathing, waiting for the mix, because no confirm, unfortunate. Good block, not quite. Almost made it out, got caught by second layer. And unfortunately, this team kills you. God, I hate playing Ruby sometimes. Yeah, the not Blitzer, Wolf shoot stuff again. Called the assist in the corner, got counter called by Brass, and then got opened up behind the Brass. It's definitely the risk of calling an assist in the corner, especially a non-DP one. Hit high, jumped. Okay. I'm gonna look up something really quick while he's finishing the cutscene. Beowulf Wiki. Okay, so Beowulf 2 HP, the armored 2 HP, is minus 31 on block. So definitely, so we've seen situations where Eliza has been has blocked it and then not done anything. So you have H caught, you have stand a heavy punch. Both of those will reach. Uh, is that the final hit? Or was the one that made me think about this earlier? So here. Oh, and on whiff, it's also even worse. So I think Annie has 6. I don't think 6 HP has a 30 frame startup. So I'm pretty sure you should be able to punish from any range. The one thing you then need to be worried about, because a lot of these are more spaced, heavier commitment buttons, is you need to then be worried about the arm. But I would be of the opinion you need to you need to make him have to guess whether he needs to do a frame prep or not. Yeah, and so it's yeah, no safety at sea. I mean, technically he has Bella level 3, but that's something to worry about on its own time. That also parts of your team can alpha counter and punish, but that's an entirely different story. So yeah, there is a reason to be afraid of the frame trap, but outside of that, you can also just like dash block at him if you think he's looking for like some sort of movement, and then he's gonna on reaction then arm afterwards, uh, because he's still incredibly minus. So you can take your time to do what you want to do and attempt to bait a punish, etc. Um, and so it's not never give him respect. Giving a Beowulf frame trap respect is perfectly fine. It's the fact that you've given him so much respect that he just knows he is safe after that button when he really shouldn't be. But yeah, okay, we've seen the rest of this game though. Air throw whiffs. Yeah, he tech forward. So DP doesn't hit. Good block, really good push block. Don't quite get out. Yeah, especially with Brass coming, I'm not entirely sure what you were air dashing in, but you kind of just have to hold both of those. The really nice thing about what was happening was in that situation, you would have. I'm pretty sure you would have chicken blocked, and then it would have been your turn to jab afterwards. You might not have gotten a full punish, but I think both of those hits would have layered, and then you would have land canceled the recovery. Yeah, scared of armor and band. It's definitely things that can like scar you for actually end up getting hit with. One thing I will say, your team has some of the largest grab ranges in the game. Work on if you notice you're getting hit with armor a lot. Uh, and this is more so if you're on the ground rather than if you're getting caught in the air, because obviously you can't do the same thing in the air. Uh, Ground throw them. All your characters have solo confirms. A lot of your characters are very momentum based, and I mean, Beowulf being Beowulf, throwing him is a good habit because chairless, he has armor. Uh, with the chair on, his DP is throw vulnerable. So something maybe to consider working into your gameplay a little bit more. When it comes to band assist, obviously different band assists require different bits of uh, different ways of dealing with them. But brass is sometimes you have to just hold it. It depends on how they call it. But when I was talking earlier about you would chicken block both of those and it's your turn, chicken blocking is one of the best ways to deal with brass. Uh, Up neutral jump and then hold back, or up forward and hold back if you can do it fast enough. Then you land cancel, and sometimes you still have to hold what's coming next if they're like really quickly behind their brass, but if they're slower, it gives you opportunities to land cancel DP, you could land cancel jab, you can just land cancel up forward again if you think a throw's coming, yada yada yada. It gives you more time to do whatever you want to do to try and contest whatever pressure is coming in behind the brass. And obviously these are all things to like you're gonna practice them and try and work on getting them more consistent. You're never gonna always like every single time land cancel brass, so on and so forth. It's just one day you might go, okay, I'm playing against a brass player. I want to focus on recognizing brass is coming and then chicken blocking it. And then slowly again, it just builds the habit up over time. Good block. Got hit with the double overhead. Ruby. Yeah. And I'm going to encourage you to every now and then consider trying to be a little bit more violent on defense. Just for like shits and giggles, say I'm gonna try and DP here, even though it's gonna be a tight input, or I'm gonna try and jab here and just see if this pressure is actually real. Because doing random stuff like that, especially if it's not, I should emphasize, probably do this not in tournament sets if you're actually focused on winning the tournament. But if you're focused on improving, this is definitely a little bit of my mindset coming through, but it's, I don't, you just say, I don't believe you, and press something. If you get counter hit, maybe try it 1 or 2 more times, and if it's not working for you, just go, okay, this is either going in the bin for later or not going to attempt it ever again. And the downside to that was a good block. Obviously, you will get hit a little bit, but I'm there to get the knowledge, and as well as just I encourage you to try that as well, because I think you're holding a little bit more than you need to and not showing them that they need to respect reversal options. I don't know if I've seen a single DP out of pressure, which once again, like with brass, is always going to be scary. But one of the best things about reversals is the threat of the reversal, not the reversal itself. If you make them have to play around respecting it, it limits their options, which lets you do more on defense. And so that's kind of, it's like the second layer of how reversals are actually a good defensive tool. It's not only, quote unquote, keeping yourself safe by punishing unsafe mix-ups, but it's also conditioning how your opponent plays. That's the word. I could not think of the word for my life. Tick low. Oh yeah, especially because you do have anti-DP. Another thing I would suggest is kind of what just happened there. Counter calling assists. Anti-DP does a chunk of damage and also kind of keeps you safe. So if you see their assist call and then you delay your anti-DP by like a second or two, their assist comes through, gets blocked by you, and then gets just walloped by the Pillar of Creation. Or Destruction Pillar. Wrong pillar. There's too many pillars in this game. Good blocks. Yeah, so kind of similar to what just happened there. Good DP. Conversion? Mix. I don't know if I've ever seen that confirmed before. No bite. Not like this. Because you can also bite there and then DHC into Annie as well. You don't even have to continue the segment combo after. What are we doing in Annie neutral? Falling our dead assist. Unfortunate. Got caught backdashing. Low. Counter hit. Hey, sometimes it's like that, Cretra. Sometimes you have the right idea and then your hands just say, nah. I definitely have times where I'm like trying to push block. We could have jump canceled. So to briefly just briefly explain, I don't know if you actually are aware. if your DP, or well, if anything you hit that is normally jump cancelable in combos hits uh, an assist, you can jump cancel it. And the way you need to do that to avoid getting counter hit is neutral hop. And with Eliza, it's really nice because you can also do it off of projectiles because of how COT works. If you notice you're going to get hit, neutral jump, and then hold back immediately after, and you will be able to block because you jump cancel the recovery. We're in. What are we doing on him? Dropping, unfortunately. Good jab. Oh, we didn't believe. Starting to see a little bit more COTS, but it's still in neutral-ish. Unfortunate push block timing again. Watch your dome. And hello, Zali. Welcome, welcome. A little too early, Ruby. Good jump out of it. No, what happened here? I see. So, I can't even get mad at you for that 2 HP, honestly. I would have been upset that that didn't hit. It's a very committal option, but it's a good shot. Obviously, the safer approach is 2 LP. If you got the read, you got the read, and I'm not going to tell you to go for it. Hello, Izzy. Got slapped. Just didn't quite get enough space to get away. Oh, conversion? Or scaled? What's the mix? Nice. Do we have a heavy counter hit route? Unfortunate drop. Are we gonna call double again? Please no. It doesn't matter, she's dead anyway. Yeah. Oh! A second lease at life, but you... Ruby really could have just said, I'm going to spend this band who's almost dead to guarantee your double doesn't get this red life back. It ended up working out for him because he was greedy, but you were calling your assist too much for how low she was getting. In my onion. Again, there's always like degrees, as well as it's on a sliding scale of what is too much, but I would argue against playing like you were. But took the game, got the final hit. Slapped the Bella. Conversion? It's gonna hit you because arm is massive. Like the TP. Got air thrown. And then DP'd on. You do up back a lot. I know you said you already recognized you have an up back habit, but man, it's working out versus Beowulf. Like, because like I mentioned earlier, he doesn't have a far-reaching low. But something to keep in mind. You could have. Pretty sure during the Super Flash. Where is it? Here. Pretty sure during the Super Flash, you just get ready to Horus, and Horus just swats him out of the sky. That time Horus was drunk and went the wrong direction, and then I got hit by the classic. Hello, Tossel. Welcome to my humble abode where I yell at people for making some dumb decisions like I don't do them myself. We got mixed. They're all dead in the corner. How do we fight our way out? We find ourselves like just barely outspaced, staring at Ruby in the corner a lot. And I'm not entirely sure what to tell you is like the solution. But it's kind of just hot looking, waiting for the Beowulf to do something. Which in isolation isn't an awful thing to do, like from situation to situation, but if it's the only option you're choosing, all of a sudden the Beo just completely dictates the pace of the game. Yeah, no. Don't respect Beo players. Don't respect Beo players. Honestly, don't respect anyone in this game, because the more you respect people, honestly, the more they just use it against you. That has been my experience playing this game. The second I get afraid to press anything is when I just feel helpless. And to answer your question, Tossel, I kind of tend. People have sent me in as short of stuff as like a best of five, so like even 3 games if they got washed. But usually I will go, depending on how many people submitted, 10 to 20 games. So like this, I think was 11 games, and the next one is 12, and then I think the final one is 19. Although I might not get through all 19 of those games, especially because it's someone who's been reviewed a fair amount. But the VoD review streams, and if I'm reviewing 2 to 3 people, usually are within the hour to 2 hour range. But yeah, that game was kind of just more of the same of Beowulf doing Beowulf things. Yeah, no, the first to 5, first to 7, it's completely reasonable. Um, yeah, like a first to 10 is like honestly the ideal thing to submit to something like this, because I feel like I get a pretty good look at your game plans and your adaptation for what's going on. Still getting caught by this wolf shoot. It's so annoying, but again, it's one of those things where you see the startup and you need to recognize either I'm up backing this or I'm going to hit it with a button before it gets to me. Because those are the 2 major ways to deal with it. We killed our assist too. Wait, when did this happen? I missed this. Land cancel into brass, and then, yeah, okay. Although I'm not sure how much I could help you toss. It's... I feel like you're a relatively higher caliber player than I am. Oh, nice. We avoided it. Patience. Pulling assists in the corner has been a little bit of a scary habit. I'm starting to see it a lot. It makes a little bit more sense, but it's still risky if you're calling Annie to bail yourself out of a really crappy spot in the corner. But if you're calling Butchers or M Bomber, it's not going to do all that much for you. And oh, that was it. I will check the wiki right now about Cherry Call. I want to say when it's that close to Bayo, it is plus. Um, but I do not remember, and I want to see if the wiki says anything about it. So, uh, according to the wiki, it's +1 on block. So this 100% depends on how close you are to Beowulf before he actually catches it. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But if you want a more concrete answer, I'd probably ping some Bayo players to like scene, or maybe they'll just gaslight you and lie to your face and tell you something's plus when it's minus. Yeah, so to kind of go over the major points, I think that are worth like reiterating at the end as a kind of conclusion for everything. Probably biggest thing is, and this could be a you mentioned specifically a armor or band assist thing, giving too much respect. And so try and think about what buttons you can press when. So we talked about a little bit about like chicken blocking the brass or throwing the Beowulf if you think he's going to armor, especially again because you have some of the best ground throws in the game. On the other, like another thing to deal with brass, if you catch Ruby calling brass in front of you, and this is true for just a lot of players, if they have an assist that's armored or DP'd coming in behind them, default like default one Skullgirl brain action is to down back. And so if you can throw them before the assist actually gets to you, you will start catching people in front of their assists. And then sometimes you get a happy birthday, sometimes you avoid the assist, but you got the hit, which is so important in this game. Um, that sort of stuff, as well as you were calling out a little bit of bad neutral with caught, but you were never using it to get out of like layer two after you push block. And the way my brain works on defense, and this is me personally, it's like mashing a neutral or mashing like the initial mix is always great. One of the things I want you to start really trying to recognize is once you push block them out and you see how they're starting to get back in, look at how you can punish them attempting to get back in. If they're ever overextending, you need to swat them out of the sky and say no, you can't do that. So for like when you push block Ruby out, especially if he's already called brass, and then he's just gonna do another hop dash. I don't think your jab quite wins because I think hop dash is pretty fast. But if you're mashing a DP, you will probably catch him a lot. That all that sort of thing. And then once again, the other side to being a little bit more uh, aggressive on defense is you add that to the mental stack where they start respecting your options on defense, which limits how they approach offense. And so you cause them by being less predictable to be more predictable in turn. If that makes any sense. I definitely phrased that confusingly. That is my take on defense. And so that's kind of how I've been playing the game. It's been working pretty well so far. Uh, the other thing, or one other thing we talked about mostly at the end of the thing, so I'm not gonna harp on it a lot, was assist calls in the corner. I'm not gonna say never do it. I'm just gonna say really think about when you are doing it because it's incredibly dangerous to do. Other than that, so we talked about being aggressive, dealing with. I feel like there's some. What else did I mention? The say there was something else other than the assist calls and being a little too respectful. Bu-bu-bum. Huh. No, okay. I think I will show you that I am not subscribed because I would never subscribe to a filthy Bayo player. But for real, I guess those are the two main things. If that's the only thing that's come up to my mind. If you have any further questions about any point in this review, please just ping me again, and I'll gladly reiterate a point in a different way or answer a new question if it's something that's like uh, something you didn't think I addressed and you wanted a different look on. Does YouTube have a dark mode? I literally just don't pay attention. I really just don't pay attention. Honestly, YouTube hasn't like I don't know why I never thought YouTube's just one of those things I never thought to consider changing. It's literally always been light mode to me. Huh. Oh, maybe that's something to think about later. Yeah, glad I could help, Cretra. And again, just reach out again if there's anything else you're curious about.